In this video, I'm testing the driver assistance systems here in the Xpeng G6. I've also made another video where I go through the car and test the built-in software and navigation, and there's a link to that down in the description. And in that video, I also talk about these so-called Xcombos, which are essentially macros that you can program and customize within Xpeng vehicles. Because one of the things I always do before I go out and test driver assistance systems is to turn off this mandatory speed warning, which is always present and active in all newer cars, if you happen to exceed the current speed limit for that particular road or area. But I actually don't have to worry about that here in the G6 because I've programmed an Xcombo so that when I buckle my seatbelt here, the car automatically pops up and asks, "Would you like to turn off that speed warning?" And if I say, "Yes, please, I'd like that," then it's done, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. This Xcombo could also have been set up to adjust all sorts of other things. The seats, seat heating, ventilation, cabin temperature, and so on. But you can see more about that in the other video. Now let's hit the road. Now we're out on the highway, and to activate the adaptive cruise control, I just need to press down once on this stalk over here, and then it's activated. A small animation appears over here, and now it's set to the exact speed I was driving at when I moved the stalk. If I want to set it to the current permitted speed, I just need to press down and hold it for a brief moment, and then it sets the speed to the allowed speed for this specific stretch of road. But it doesn't activate lane assist, that is, the automatic steering. To do that, I need to press twice. Then it gets activated, and I can see a blue line in front of the car, which tells me it's now steering for me and following traffic. I can also activate both the adaptive cruise control and lane assist at the same time by double pressing right away. And then both features are activated, again at the speed I'm driving when I activate the function. So I have to hold it down one more time to reach the permitted speed on this stretch. Unfortunately, I can't set the car so that it always uses the permitted speed instead of the current speed. That would actually have been pretty smart, because then I could have saved that extra press. But it actually works quite well, and it's pretty easy to use. When I need to manually adjust the speed up or down, I have this little scroll wheel down here, and if I move it up, I increase the speed, and if I move it down, I decrease it. And there's a little notch in the button for each click, so I can adjust it by 1 km/h, or if I want to increase it more, I can just roll it as much as I want, and then I can change it up or down quickly. It actually works really well this way, and it's easier than the push buttons you have in many other cars. I really like the way this scroll wheel works. It allows you to make the adjustments much faster. Of course, I also have the option to adjust the distance to the car in front when I'm using adaptive cruise control, and for that I use the 2 arrows over here. So if I press here, I can reduce it down to 1 car length, or I can increase it up to 5 car lengths. So I can keep a pretty good distance if I need to. The Xpeng G6 also has automatic lane change, so if I have a clear road here, I can see a small icon down here that tells me I can make an automatic lane change. Well, then I just give a little flick on the stalk here, and the car clearly shows me precisely where it wants to take me, and then it smoothly changes lanes all by itself. I have to keep my hand on the steering wheel for it to work, which is fair enough, but it simply shows me where it wants to take me. And then it changes lanes. It works really well. I've tried it quite a few times by now, and it just works. As long as the traffic isn't too heavy, it works perfectly fine. I've just passed a car here that was in my blind spot. There's also a blind spot assistant, so I can see it, but I've passed it now, and now I'm going to try activating the lane change inward again between the 2 cars. And as you can see, that also works absolutely fine. A really nice and impressive feature that works very well here in the G6. By the way, regarding having your hand on the steering wheel, I actually thought the G6 had a touch sensor in the wheel, but it actually does not have one at all. In fact, it completely lacks that functionality. It relies on a small input from me, or it uses the camera. I'm truly not exactly sure how it does it, because I have yet to experience it telling me to put my hand on the wheel when I already have my hand right here. It just seems like it knows exactly when I have my hand on the steering wheel or not. It's only if I let go of the wheel for an extended period that it pops up with a message, but as long as I have my hand here, I have yet to experience it complaining about it or not being able to detect it, so it actually works incredibly well, whatever it is they're doing. Even though it's not a touch sensor, pretty impressive. At the beginning, I made sure to automatically turn off the speed monitoring, but the car also has various other driver monitoring features, including the ability to detect if I show signs of fatigue. Of course, you can also turn that off, but I've left it on because I want to show you a pretty clever implementation that Xpeng has made for all these warnings. If I yawn now, it thinks I'm tired. Oh, there it popped up and said, "You might be tired," but down here it says, "Turn off the warning sound." Boom, I just pressed that, and it doesn't bother me anymore. And that's actually how it works with the speed warning too. So the first time it pops up and warns me that I've exceeded the current speed limit, I get the option to turn off the warning by pressing a button instead of having to go into some menu and find it. It's super smart that those warnings just pop up and ask you to confirm whether it should keep warning you in the future. I actually think that's a pretty clever way to do it, because then you can easily turn it off if you forgot to do so before you started driving. One important thing I also like to thoroughly test is how quickly the car can truly detect the lane again when I change lanes. Now, the G6 can actually do this entirely by itself, so it consistently keeps an eye on the lane the whole time when it changes lanes. But if I grab the steering wheel while making this change, I deactivate the automatic lane change, and then we can clearly see how quickly it detects the lane again when I get over there. So let's just try it. I signal. It tries to change lanes by itself, but I grab the steering wheel to deactivate it. And then it says LLC is paused, and now I'm here, and now it has detected the lane again. So it's really pretty quick at picking up the lane markings to see where I am. We can just try again to pull in behind here. I turn the wheel, which then pauses lane assist. Now I'm in the lane, and it has already detected it again. It works really well too. It's super quick at finding the lanes. That's really nice. I've just turned off auto steering because I want to see what the adaptive cruise control does when I'm behind a slow-moving car, and then signal that I want to overtake. It should ideally speed up when I'm moving into the passing lane, not only when I've cleared the car in front, because otherwise I won't have time to pick up speed. So let's just try that. I'm signaling out now. Now I'm just staying here behind and it's not doing anything. The moment I turn the steering wheel a bit, it starts to accelerate, and now I'm out in the passing lane, and it keeps accelerating so I can get past the car in front, so it actually works as it should. It doesn't speed up until I sort of turn the wheel a bit and indicate, yes, I really do mean to overtake. But then it also starts accelerating right away. It doesn't wait until I've cleared the car in front, because some cars do that, and then you often don't manage to pick up enough speed. So the cars coming from behind end up right on your tail. If for some reason I've deactivated the adaptive cruise control and auto steering, for example, if I've had to brake manually, well, then I can reactivate it at the most recently set speed. Now, I've deliberately set the adaptive cruise control to 113, so we can see that it doesn't set itself to the speed on the signs, and the way I reactivate the adaptive cruise control to this previously set speed is just by holding this down for a moment, and then I'm back. That's basically the restore function, but that doesn't activate the auto steering, meaning lane assist. So I just have to do this little double click afterwards. But I'm still at the speed I manually set the cruise control to, so that actually works really well too. I also like to see what the adaptive cruise control does. If I have to pull in directly behind a rather slow-moving car in the inner lane, if I'm set at a much faster speed. If I have to pull in behind a car that's going slower, maybe because something comes up that I need to quickly try to avoid, how does it react if I get relatively close to the car in front? As you can see, it brakes smoothly. No catastrophic alarms, beeping, or anything like that. It does exactly what it's supposed to. It slows down to match the current speed, so that's also really good, just as it should be. Something else I also really like to test and to evaluate is wide and narrow lanes. Narrow lanes are something you often encounter if you drive south through Germany. There can be long stretches with roadwork where you might only be allowed to drive 80 and where the lane is narrower than usual. And not all cars' auto steering systems can handle such a narrow lane. And the G6 is one of the wider cars, so I'm a bit curious to see how it handles this section here, where the lane is only 2 meters wide. I personally think that the car can just about fit, but let's see if the advanced auto steering system also thinks it can stay within the lane. Yes, so far it's going just fine, so it seems it can handle that as well. And that's really nice when you're driving long distances, because there might be 10 kilometers where you have to stay in such a narrow lane. And in those situations, it's great when the car can help steer for you, so you can just sit back and relax. And of course, it also keeps a safe distance to the cars in front with the adaptive cruise control. Wide lanes are something you typically experience on motorway on-ramps in Denmark, where for a short period the space between the lines gets wider. And fortunately, most modern cars can handle that just fine. But for example, my first electric car, the Fiat 500e, couldn't manage it. Now let's just see what the Xpeng does here. It can see that the lanes are wider apart, but the autopilot still works fine. and it also keeps me in the lane, so there are no problems there either. We can also try to see how the automatic lane change works if I need to increase my speed. Now I'm driving behind someone going 84, but we're allowed to drive 110 here, so I'll try to do an automatic lane change now. Ah, it stopped because it could see a car coming, so that's actually fine. Now it's gone. Let's try one more time. And yes, it accelerates smoothly into the middle lane here, and is already up to 110 before we've even passed the car. So that works exactly as it should, perfectly. It does what I would have done if I were doing it manually. By the way, G6 can also detect traffic lights, so it can indicate when the light is green. And it also tells me when the vehicle in front has started moving. You can also turn that off if you don't want it. Right now, it doesn't look like it's actually using these traffic lights for anything. That means if you approach a red light with adaptive cruise control, I don't think it will stop. At least I haven't been able to tell that it does. I haven't dared to test it completely, because then I'd end up running a red light. But maybe that's something that will come later. Right now, at least, it can see the traffic lights and tell whether they're red or green. But now I've gone out onto the country road, because now we're going to see how the auto steering and adaptive cruise control handle themselves on smaller roads where the terrain might be a bit hilly, so it can't see the lane markings all the way, like for example here going uphill. How does it handle that? Can it still manage to stay within its designated lane? And yes, it absolutely can. It's actually really good at seeing the lane and keeping me in the center of it. Up here, we're coming out of a 60-kilometer zone and are allowed to drive 80, and the car should ideally increase the speed automatically by itself. Let's just try and see. Yes, there it did. Sometimes it's a bit slow when it comes to these end-of-zone signs, as if it just ignores the sign and says, now I'm not quite sure what we should do. And once you've gone a few meters past the sign, it switches to the correct speed, and then it increases the speed to what you're allowed to drive now. Now we're coming to this section where I usually test speed adaptation. Here, we go from a 50-kilometer zone to a 60-kilometer zone, then to a 70-kilometer zone, and finally out to an 80-kilometer zone. Now we're coming up to 60. And here it actually changes as soon as we hit the sign. It increases the speed to 60. Now we're coming up to the 70-kilometer zone. So let's see what happens here. We pass the sign and it increases the speed. And finally, we're coming to the point where the 70-kilometer zone ends, so we're allowed to drive 80. Let's see what happens now. See, now it comes up and says, oh, I don't really know anything. We've passed the sign, and a little time has gone by, and finally it changes to 80. So with the end of zone sign, for some reason, it takes a little longer to react to that. It just needs to figure out, what are we actually allowed to drive at? But it sets the speed correctly. It just takes a little time. We also need to see what happens if I don't respond to the warnings to keep my hands on the wheel. If I'm driving with lane assist and adaptive cruise control, and I suddenly feel unwell, what happens if I don't respond to the prompt to keep my hand on the wheel? What does the car do then? Now it's telling me to turn the wheel a little. I'm ignoring it. I've fallen asleep, or I'm feeling unwell, so I don't know what's happening. Now there's a bing sound, and it lights up red on the screen, and it tells me again to turn the wheel. Now it's saying, take over the vehicle now. Now there's another sound, take over the steering now, it says. And now, quite unexpectedly, it actually turned itself completely off. So it doesn't slow down or gently tighten the seatbelt, or even brake a little to softly wake me up, or signal to pull over to the side of the road. It just keeps going, relentlessly, without any intervention. Just before I tried it, and it actually just continued on adaptive cruise control. And this time, well, it just turned itself off and was actually heading into the opposite lane, so that's definitely not acceptable. It shouldn't let me keep driving if I don't react. It's European law that you have to keep your hand on the wheel, even if the car is steering for you. And proper systems make sure to gently pull you over to the side and bring the vehicle to a complete stop. They make sure to do everything they can to wake you up and make you aware of it, and then slow the car down so you don't just keep going if, for example, you got sick or fell asleep or whatever else might happen. So it's not quite good enough. It could definitely be better. Now something funny just happened, because I've been testing what happens if I don't have my hands on the steering wheel. So if you ignore the car's warnings, now it simply won't let me activate auto steering. Now it says my hands have been off for too long. Let me just try again here. Now it says, Your hands have been off for too long, LCC is not available in this driving cycle, so I simply can't activate auto steering anymore because I've been naughty and didn't keep my hands on the wheel. So that really wasn't very good. Now, I'd better pull over to the side of the road, stop the vehicle fully, and then restart the car's engine. After that, I will see if it will allow me to engage the feature again. Yes, just by pulling over safely and putting the car into park before I continue driving, then I can successfully activate the auto steering feature once more. So, it may be that it's not very good at doing anything when I don't react, but on the other hand, it punishes me afterwards. Another thing that's missing in this car is adaptation to the course of the road. Now I'm heading down towards a roundabout here. I'm allowed to drive 70, but many other cars will slow down because they know there's a roundabout coming up, but it doesn't really do that here. Well, it does say that there are some cars coming and then it stops, brakes. But now I have to brake myself. It doesn't slow down. It has no idea that there's a roundabout here. At least it doesn't look like it's reacting to it. Because the car doesn't adapt to the course of the road, it also doesn't adjust to the speed limits in advance. So now when I'm going from an 80 to a 70 kilometer zone, it doesn't do anything until I actually reach the sign and it realizes, oh, now we have to drive 70. Then it starts to slow down. And that means I end up driving quite a long way into the new zone before I've reached the correct speed. Now we're coming up to a 60 zone here, and exactly the same thing happens. It's only after I've passed the sign that it starts to reduce the speed. And sometimes there's also a bit of a delay before it reacts. And that's not very smart, because if, for example, I'm out in the countryside coming from an 80 kilometers per hour zone and then into a city zone, well, then I can end up going quite far in with quite a lot of speed. And in some city zones, there's also a little speed bump right after the city sign, and I can just say you'll end up flying over it if you don't make sure to slow the car down yourself. So it's a bit of a shame that it truly cannot adjust its speed in advance, like many other modern cars are able to do. And that could potentially get you a speeding ticket. A city sign is coming up. I'm only driving 60. I could have been driving 80, but here I'm driving 60. Now I'm passing the city sign. Now, the car realized that I'm allowed to drive 50, and now I've actually passed the speed check that was there. It's good that it was only an advisory one. So yeah, it's really not good enough. It's not on par with the best systems, I would say. Otherwise, the sign recognition actually works quite well. It works pretty much like it does in most other cars I've personally tried. That is, for the most part, it manages just fine. But there are also places where it doesn't see the signs, even though it seems like they're right by the road and it should be able to see them. So yeah, that's how it is with all systems. It's not 100% perfect yet. Now that we've tried country roads, of course, we also need to try some really small roads where there isn't a clear edge on both sides. How does the auto steering handle that? I'll activate it and set it to match the current speed limit here. It just needed to figure out that it was 60. There we go. And here you can see I have lane markings on one side, but I have a regular curb on the other side, but it can easily handle that as well. In general, my experience with the auto steering here in the G6 is that it's pretty good at finding the lane, even on roads where there's almost no lane markings. It still wants to try to steer for you, however. Of course, it's a bit shakier, and they make no promises whatsoever that this is full self-driving or anything like that. So this is really just to test how far I can push it, and that can give an indication of how good it is in general. And my experience so far, at least, is that it's pretty good at finding the lane and keeping me centered, even when the lane markings aren't always there. Here you can see that the lane markings aren't particularly good. In fact, it's almost impossible to see the center lines, but it still keeps to the lane fine. Now it can see lines again. Now it thinks there's a full line. It can see that dividing line where the asphalt is joined. But it actually still keeps me centered on this side. So that has to be said to be pretty good. Finally, we're going to try this stretch of road where the speed limit is only 40, so it's going to be very calm and slow. But on the other hand, the road curves a bit more here, and I usually use this to test how much the cars can actually steer by themselves. Again, none of them actually promise that they can drive 100% by themselves. I also think it will be a while before we get to that point, but it's a pretty good indication of how good they really are at seeing the lane and keeping me in the middle. Let's give it a try. This turn coming up here is one that the cars often have trouble with because the lane markings aren't exactly the best, and it's also a bit sharp and uphill. Let's just see how Xpeng handles it here. Yeah, it actually managed it. This is actually the first car I've driven that has handled that turn without me having to intervene, so we didn't cross into the opposite lane, so that's pretty impressive. Now let's just take the last turn. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, it actually makes it through. So the autopilot in the Xpeng G6 is actually the best I've tried. But on the other hand, it doesn't seem to know that there's a roundabout coming up, so it just keeps going straight ahead. Yeah, apparently you can't have it all. So my week with the Xpeng G6 is over, and here comes my final conclusion along with a few extra details I've discovered along the way. First and foremost, I have to say that the G6 has really surprised me in a positive way. And it has very much confirmed my belief that software and assistance systems are an extremely important factor when it comes to how good an electric car is. In terms of hardware alone, the G6 is neither worse nor better than the other Chinese cars I've tried. It feels incredibly solid, and you certainly get a substantial amount of car for your money. But it's the very first electric car in a considerable amount of time that I've actually wanted to own myself. Well, except for the size. The car is way too big for our needs and our little 70s garage, but that's not really its fault. As I've said before, most electric cars are generally good to drive, but the quality of the software, on the other hand, is quite variable. The Google-based Android automotive system in my Renault Megane is still one of the best software experiences I've had. But its driving assistants are not quite on par with those in the Ford Explorer, Skoda Elroq, and the other cars based on Volkswagen's MEB platform. The software in the G6 is, in some respects, not quite at the same level as Android Automotive, mainly when it comes to the voice assistant and, to some extent, route planning. But the rest of the software is far more advanced and truly sophisticated, with innovative features like Xcombos and smart implementations such as the driving warnings, which are easy to deactivate along the way, providing a very intuitive and user-friendly experience. And it's definitely a huge plus that Xpeng continuously adds new features and regularly updates the software, because that way your investment continues to subtly get better over time. Of course, that also leads to some bugs. For example, the new filter for charging providers, which disappears at random times. According to Xpeng's press officer, however, this is something they are actively working on, so he expects that before too long there will be an update that fixes the bug and further improves the feature. So it's really not that bad. And by the way, they are also working on making it possible to manually replace the charging points the car selects in its route planning, so you can choose alternatives nearby. I also hope that will be available before too long, because right now, that's a downside for the G6. When it comes to the driving assistance, there are actually only two things I miss. That the car doesn't just keep driving automatically if you don't respond to the warnings to keep your hands firmly on the steering wheel, and that the adaptive cruise control system can intelligently anticipate and smoothly adjust to the road conditions ahead. That means carefully slowing down before you actually reach an area with a significantly lower speed limit and reducing speed in roundabouts or through curves. Otherwise, they actually work really, really well, and for example, the automatic lane change just works perfectly. The same goes, as mentioned earlier, for the system that monitors whether I have my hand on the steering wheel. I still don't know what they do, but it just works. I've also discovered a few extra things in the week I've had the car, both good and bad. If you use navigation via CarPlay, the route guidance is displayed on one side of the driver's display, while the large main screen only shows an overview of your entire route. At first glance, that sounds pretty smart. But Xpeng has put a kind of faded border around the window in the driver's display, so some of the information gets cut off. And even though you can customize the three areas in the driver's display by holding down the two scroll buttons on the steering wheel for a few seconds, you can't move the CarPlay map to the center, where there's more space. It's great that Xpeng supports CarPlay's ability to use alternative screens, instead of just showing whether you need to turn right or left, which is how most others implement it. But until they fix the display so it doesn't hide part of the image, I'd actually prefer if they just did like the others and kept the route guidance on the main screen. The G6 also has a pretty advanced parking assistant, but unfortunately I didn't get a chance to test it. On the other hand, I did get to test the charging speed, and that's also one of the car's advantages. Xpeng themselves claim that the G6 can charge from 10 to 80% in 20 minutes. And when I tried it, it was almost accurate. I managed to charge from 16 to 80% in 20 minutes, and I think the slightly slower time was because shortly after we connected to the charger, another car also plugged in, which resulted in us not getting quite as much power as the car could actually draw. Most fast chargers can deliver between 300 and 400 kilowatts, but that power is shared between the two outlets on the charger. So if you don't have the charger to yourself, you can't pull the full 260 kilowatts that the G6 can charge at when it's at its fastest. Last but not least, it's also worth mentioning that the G6 comes with a 7-year or 160,000 kilometer factory warranty, whichever comes first. So in that regard, you also don't have to compromise. All in all, it's been a pretty positive experience trying out the Xpeng G6, and it has definitely changed my perception of what a Chinese electric car can be. If Xpeng ever comes out with a slightly smaller model, then I'm definitely sure I'll want to try that one too. If you want to support the videos I make, you can buy me a cup of coffee by scanning the code or using the link in the description. Please also feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's completely free. Do you want to see more videos about electric cars and tech? Then YouTube has found another one for you right there. See you soon.